stewardess and captain run down the aisle looking for DB Cooper. They split up. The stewardess notices something suspicious. A JCPenney clip-on tie right by the rear doors of the plane. She picks it up and then wind starts blasting out right into her face as she struggles to keep the door from flying open. She barely opens her eyes and sees just like that, Cooper was gone with the money. My guy jumped? I guess it makes sense why you asked for the parachutes, but still. My guy jumped? Where'd he go? Who was he? What happens next? I have so many questions. The FBI does too. After that, they were able to create a DNA sample from the tie Cooper left behind, and so the infamous Hijack was launched, aka the case to find DB Cooper. They even released the serial numbers of the stolen $20 bills, in case the money was spent anywhere. Fun fact, the media got his name wrong, which is why we know him as DB Cooper instead of Dan Cooper today. In the past 5 years, we've received thousands of anonymous tips, investigated over 800 suspects, and even arrested imposters trying to gain clout. Yet we've come no closer to finding DB Cooper than the day we started. We've brought you here today because we need to find this man, and I'm told that each one of you has a strong case that I should pay attention to. If I may. Our first suspect, William Floyd McCoy. Also in 1972, 5 months after the DB Cooper heist, a man who goes by the name James Johnson boards United Airlines flight number 855 during a stopover in Denver, Colorado. It's important to note that the plane was also a Boeing 727, the same type from the DB Cooper case, and the connections don't just stop there. McCoy also gave written instructions to a flight attendant demanding a ransom, this time for $500,000. Then, he also jumped out with a parachute. What are we waiting for? Let's bring him in. There's just one problem. He's dead. What? Unlike DB Cooper, we know where McCoy landed thanks to a tip from a nearby motorist. He was just stopping by for some fast food when he picked up a hitchhiker. It was pretty weird that the guy was wearing a jumpsuit and had a duffel bag. So he calls the police. When Bernie shows up at the scene to arrest him, he looks inside the bag and finds $499,970. Problem is, McCoy wasn't really interested in going away for 45 years, so he tried to pull a fast one and, let's just say, it didn't end well for him. Doesn't matter, he's not our guy. What do you mean? DB Cooper never wore a jumpsuit. He's not our guy. Who's next? I'm at the airport with my girlfriend, Anastasia. Our flight's soon and we're still waiting on the other two. The 4 of us are headed to Cuba for New Year's Eve. There they are. My sister Tabitha and her husband, Yasir. Wait, something's off. They're walking apart from each other, both looking kinda cheesed. When they get to us, I'm like, yo, what gives? I've been trying to call both of you.
Sorry, bro. My phone's been dead thanks to someone.
Are you serious right now?
You good?
Nope.
Can you not do this in front of our friends right now?
Okay, so it's clear they're fighting. About what? Okay, what happened? Big mistake. Tears start falling down Tabitha's face.
You wanna know what happened? Ask him.
I look at Yasir, and he's probably like the calmest guy I know. But he was not calm.
If you want to break up with me, then just break up with me.
Okay. It's real out here. Luckily, in the heat of the moment,
Good evening, passengers. This is the pre-boarding announcement for Flight 23A to Cuba.
saved by the bell. You know what? Maybe that wasn't the best time to ask them questions. So I was like, if I just drop it, maybe they'll forget about it. Plus, how they gonna be mad on vacation? So we fly over to Cuba. We're staying at this resort on Cayo Coco, a small island. There aren't any locals nearby. The closest city is Moran, which is still a decent drive. And there aren't no Ubers around, that's for sure. Anyways, when we get there, everyone's tired, so we call it a night. I'm thinking, tomorrow's a new day. Whatever they were fighting about, they'll probably be over it. Boy, was I wrong. So the next day, Anastasia and I pull up to the beach, and I kid you not, this is what we see. Tabitha is laying on one tanning chair, cheesed. Yasir is laying on a different chair, cheesed. And in between them, a sand wall. Okay, this is just ridiculous. I look over at Anastasia, and I'm like, your turn. So she goes over there, but before she can say anything, Tabitha's like,
You're either on my side or his.
Come on, this is too much.
Tell her that.
Are we gonna do this the whole time?
Yup.
Okay, that's it. I'm not down to have a vacation ruined because of you two. and-
whoa. Everybody chill. I've got an idea. Let's go on a tour of the city. Nice way to get our minds off whatever you two are fighting about. Great idea, Steven. Take a couple that's fighting and bring them to the city in a third world country. What could possibly go wrong? So we booked a tour. Our guide, Slim, he was a cool guy. He taught us about the culture. Apparently, for people in Cuba, if they work in tourism, they basically made it because they're making more than doctors, lawyers, you name it. And we taught him about... Yeah, so it's called Tinder. I mean, I obviously don't use it anymore.
So you just swipe left or right?
Pretty much.
You Canadians are crazy.
We pull up in the streets of Moran and hop out of the Jeep. I look back at Tabitha and Yasir and they're still not cool. Then Slim rounds us up and is like,
Okay, you guys got 1 hour to walk around, buy things, enjoy yourself. This area is 100% completely safe. You have my word, but, see there?
he points towards both ends of the block.
No matter what you do not, I repeat, do not leave this block.
You got it, boss. So we start making our way down the street and damn, it's like the Wild West out here. People hustling on every corner. Ghetto buildings. Garbage. Everywhere. I'm definitely outside of my comfort zone. But it's chill though. Doesn't feel unsafe. Plus
Fine.
What? When did this happen? Fine!
You do you then.
I will. Yasir storms off. Ah, shit. Here we go again. Tabitha storms off in the opposite direction. Anastasia's like,
Quick, you go after Yasir and I'll go for Tabitha.
so I run after Yasir and I'm like, yo, wait up. But this guy is not slowing down. I'm following him and following him and following him. Finally, he stops. Then he's like,
I'm sorry, man. She just made me so angry. I had to leave. I'm not usually like this.
yeah, neither of you are. Can someone tell me what happened?
Okay, I'll tell you. Basically,
Hey, yo! This shady guy walks towards us and approaches Yasir.
can I help you?
Want some money?
No thanks.
Then I notice, oh no. We're outside of the block that Slim told us not to leave. Come on, everybody wants some money.
I said no.
The shady guy backs up, then lunges forward and slips a roll of Cuban cash into Yasir's pocket. Yasir shoves him. The shady guy falls back and runs away. I turn to Yasir and I'm like, what was that all about? But then, someone else shows up. It's a Cuban police officer. Perfect timing. This guy just came up to us and...
Hands up!
What?
Hands up! Now!
He points his weapon at us. We have no choice, so we go with it. Then, the officer walks over to Yasir and reaches into his pocket. He finds the roll of cash. He examines it and takes out a tiny bag from inside. He sniffs it. Then,
You're coming with me!
Wait, that's not mine. This is a misunderstanding.
meanwhile, on the opposite side of the block, Anastasia is still trying to get to Tabitha.
Tabitha! Tabitha!
What?
Tabitha stops.
Look, I'm on your side. Men are trash. Can you just tell me what happened?
Okay, I'll tell you. I don't know if I can get over this one. He basically...
These two Cuban guys approach the girls.
Hello, ladies. I'm Raul, and this is Julio.
We're not interested.
Okay. We come in peace. Why the long face?
None of your business.
I get it. I don't mean to intrude. We are just on our way to a party, and she looks like she could use some fun.
No thanks.
Okay.
Tabitha, you can't be serious.
F the boys. They're doing their own thing. Why shouldn't we?
Yeah, Yasir and I were definitely doing our own thing. We totally wanted to get framed and dragged into... Well, you'll see. I hear a crowd chanting. We've been moving for a while. I think we were in a car? Anyways, point is that I have no idea where we are. Then, someone rips off my blindfold. We're in some kinda basement. I look around and see a cage in the middle of the room, and all around are people, watching and cheering.
Go!
The officer nudges us forward, then pushes Yasir and I into the cage. Oh no. I hope this isn't what I think it is. Then, on the other side of the cage, the shady guy from earlier shows up. Most of the crowd is speaking Spanish, so I can't understand. But it seems like they're cheering him on. He gets inside the cage, cracks his knuckles, and smiles. Okay, if we squat up, I think we can... Without hesitation, Yasir charges into battle. Bruh, I have no idea what Tabitha did, but right now, I'm kinda glad she did it. But right when it seemed like we might take home this W, I hear the bell go off and on the other side of the cage, the ops got back up. And this guy is at least 2 times the size of the first guy. The huge guy walks towards the cage and gets inside. The crowd cheers once again. Look, if I gotta throw hands, then it is what it is. But before that, I want to make sure I got no other options. So I look around. Oh, you've gotta be kidding me. I see Tabitha and Anastasia walk in with these 2 Cuban guys.
Where are we?
The best show in town tonight.
Tabitha! Anastasia!
Steven?
You know him?
Yeah, that's my brother.
And him?
We have to help them.
Oh no. See all these people? They got money riding on this fight. They're dead men unless you got something that pays much better.
Meanwhile, this guy is hovering right over me. He cracks his neck, smiles, and starts chuckling. I'm sweating. I guess this is it. It's going down in Cuba. Might as well go out with a bang. The bell goes off and catches our attention.
Stop the fight!
The crowd goes quiet. Everybody looking at Raul and Tabitha.
Hey, that was a close one the other day, eh? Alright, enjoy.
You know what? How am I gonna be mad on vacation?
Yeah, eh? The man approaches us. He pulls out a black card from his jacket and tucks it into Yasir's pocket. I always get what I want. Mr. White leaves. Hold up. Let me explain how I got here. It was Friday night. My sister Tabitha was hosting her birthday party. She booked a booth at Toy Fox, one of the clubs downtown. When I got there, her boyfriend Yasir came outside to get me. We lined up to get back inside, but something was off. We weren't moving, so we decided to go see what was holding everybody up.
You can't come in with those.
With what?
Those.
Surely, there must be a misunderstanding. The owner personally invited me tonight.
I don't care if the president invited you. We have a dress code.
I'm gonna remember this.
Great. Remember this too.
Everything okay over here?
It's great. Mind your own business.
Relax, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, guy.
This guy is triggered. I'm thinking he's about to come at us at any moment, so I had to act quick. I pull out my iPhone and start recording.
Yo, don't record me. Did you hear me?
Free country.
I don't give a I said don't record me.
The bouncer comes at me, but Yasir intercepts him.
There's no need for trouble.
Too late.
The bouncer swings at Yasir. Yasir dodges, slips behind, and puts the bouncer into a sleeper hold. The bouncer struggles, then falls asleep. Two other bouncers come outside. They charge at Yasir. I was like, sorry Tabitha, looks like we can't make it tonight because shit, it's about to go down. But then,
Stop!
the owner of the club shows up.
What on earth is going on?
Hello, Rafi.
Mr. White, have these two caused you trouble?
Oh no, actually, they were the ones who saved me from your very unpleasant bouncer.
Quick, get this idiot out of here before he embarrasses me anymore.
The sleeping bouncer gets dragged away.
I am so sorry about this. Please, come with me. I will personally assure that the rest of your night is taken care of.
Yes, you will. Not just for me, but for my new friends as well.
Of course. Come, friends.
Actually, we already have someone we're meeting inside.
Join me for a drink. I insist.
No thanks.
Bruh. The man was about to hook us up with that VIP treatment. But I get it. Yasir is a man of principle, and he didn't want to keep Tabitha waiting. The man approaches us. I'm Mr. White. And you?
Yasir.
What do you do, Yasir?
I work construction.
Who would we be without noble tradesmen like you, building our homes? And how does it pay?
It's decent. Why do you ask?
What if I said there was a job opportunity where you could work just once or twice a month, travel, and make more money than you've ever dreamed of?
I'm sure a job like that would require a very specialized skill set.
It does, but all of that can be learned.
Thanks, but I'm happy with my current line of work.
Mr. White steps closer. He pulls out a black card from his jacket and tucks it into Yasir's pocket.
I always get what I want.
Mr. White leaves. Yasir takes the card out of his pocket. Without even looking, he tosses it. Okay, technically, the man was talking to both of us. And just because Yasir wanted to pass up on the opportunity of a lifetime, doesn't mean that I wanted to. So I picked up the card. All that was written on it was an address and time, 7 days from then. I figured that it was probably a job interview or an info session, but there wasn't any harm in checking it out. So I went. The address was located in Chinatown. There was no signage on the outside of the building, so it was kind of hard to find. Looking back now, that should have been a major red flag. I get inside and look around. A bunch of shady-looking men are sitting around. At the end of the hallway, a girl is sitting behind a plastic table. I assume she's the receptionist. Behind her, a closed door. I'm thinking, I must be in the wrong place. I pull up my phone to check the address. That's odd. No signal. I walk up to the front.
Name?
Steven. She checks her list. Is this 42 Medina Avenue?
Yes, I don't see you on the list.
Oh, what about Yasir? She checks again.
Have a seat. He'll be right with you.
I walk back and take a seat in an empty chair. Hey, do you know the Wi-Fi?
Ain't no internet in here, kid. Too risky.
Why is that?
You're funny.
I awkwardly laugh along, even though I don't get the joke. Do you by any chance know what this job is?
Yeah, to kill people.
I waited for him to laugh again, but he didn't. Just a deadpan look on his face. So I'm officially creeped out. But right when I get up to leave,
Yasir?
I look back.
He's ready for you now.
I walk back down the hallway. I open the door and step into another room. Mr. White sits at the end of the room, behind a table with nothing but a MacBook on it.
My friend, so good of you to join me. Where's the other?
He, couldn't make it. Asked me to come in and get more info.
I see. Have a seat.
I walk across the room and sit down in the chair across from him.
I'm Mr. White. And you?
Steven. He types something into the laptop.
So, Steven, you want to work?
I'm still not exactly sure what the job is.
To kill people for me.
He reaches into his jacket pocket to take out a gun. He places it on the table.
This is for you. Your first target will be probationary. Test the waters. See if you're fit for the job.
Oh, well, the thing is,
I'm confused. What's going on here?
Nothing. I just thought this was like an info session or something.
I see. Well, we can't have loose ends. There's no backing out now, Mr. Steven.
Sweat starts dripping down the side of my face. I look around for a possible escape. The door that I came from. No, that won't work. A window and a fire escape. But, oh no. A security camera stares right at me from the corner of the room. I wasn't sure how much information he already had on me and Yasir, but once I saw the camera, I knew that if I made a run for it, it would be easy for him to track me down. I was stuck. So what will it be? Do you mind if I make a phone call real quick? We do not allow phone calls in here. Oh, right. That's it. Suddenly, I know what I gotta do. I slide my sleeve down over my hand, then reach for the gun on the table. Mr. White watches me without blinking. I pick it up, take a deep breath. I walk over to the door and lock it. What do you think you're doing? Then I aim. I wouldn't do that if I were you. I shoot at the laptop on the table. It breaks immediately. Smoke starts seeping out. Then I turn and shoot again at the security camera in the corner. No Wi-Fi or signal in here means all of your data moves offline, and the only tech I see is that laptop on your table. So chances are both mine and Yasir's information, as well as my face, was stored there. Smart boy. I hear footsteps. The people outside start pounding on the door. That's my cue. I hurry to the window. Mr. Steven, I always get what I want. I make my escape.